Hi, this is Robin Sharma, the author of The Leader Who Had No Title, founder of the Titan Academy, and I'm really delighted that you're here with me in this mastery session. I'm a father, and I don't know if you have children, but this mastery session is all about a message to our children. We all know the old idea, which is it takes a village to raise a child. We all know the importance of family and connecting with our loved ones. We all know the importance of being authentic and vulnerable and human beings with the people we love the most. And we all know the value of spending time with our children. I mean, I believe that you get a little window of opportunity with children. And once your children grow up and go off to live lives of their own, that window of opportunity closes. And if you haven't used that window of opportunity to share your values, to enjoy perfect moments with them, to not only be their parents, but to cultivate their inner leaders. If you haven't used the window of opportunity with your children to take them to great art galleries and expose them to inspirational models and to do fascinating things with them, I think there's a great chance that even if you've been really successful in business and really successful in society, there will be a certain amount of angst within your heart that you're going to carry with you through the rest of your life. So today could be the first day of a new way of living when it comes to how you interact with your beloved children. And if I'm able to do that for you, I'll feel really fulfilled as a result of this mastery session. So may I offer you, with great respect and love, some messages we can all give to our children. And the first would simply be this: you have what it takes, do what it takes to live your best. You know, every child is born into innocence. Every child is born into their own unique form of genius. I mean, here's a really disruptive but powerful idea. Every single child on the planet today has one thing that they can be the best in the world at. And so the first message you can give to your child or your children is that they have genius within them, and help them believe in themselves. Help them understand the magnitude of their potential. And then you do your part as a parent to cultivate it and kindle it so that fire of genius grows every day. Second message you can give your children on a regular, if not daily basis, because your messaging, your words, your example, that's what's installing their core beliefs. And their daily behaviors are simply going to be a function of the beliefs that you install within them. And so you want to really remember that those little eyes are watching everything you're doing. They're watching everything you're saying. And the best way to influence your children is to be the leader and the human being that you want your children to be. And the second message to give to them then is simply this: failure is only failure if you choose to see it as a failure. And so if they stumble and if they fall, help them understand that that is how they learn to walk. If they're in grade 5 and they come back with a C or a D or even an F, you know, a lot of the tendency is to really give them that conditional love. But say to them, you know what? I love you, right? But how can you make it better next time? I mean, so failure is only a failure if you see it as a failure. Help them hardwire a belief which is to be relentless in every single thing that they do. Third message to give them, which is this: it doesn't matter about fitting in. It matters more about liking yourself. Now, I know I'm talking about children here, but you can find your own languaging that's going to fit for the age of your child. I think it's an incredibly important message to give to your children, though, which is be yourself everyone else is taken, to use Oscar Wilde's words. There will never be a better you than you, to use Warren Buffett's words. I mean, it is so fundamentally important for children to receive messaging from us that they're okay. Actually, they're better than okay. They're awesome. They're brilliant. I mean, what makes our children so special and actually walking, talking miracles is that they're unique. I mean, there's no one else quite like them living on the planet today. And so our messaging and our encouragement and our validation can simply be, you don't have to be like the great athletes at school, and you don't have to be like the A students if you're a B student. Because you know what? A lot of great entrepreneurs and a lot of the most successful people on the planet really weren't designed to do well in school. My point simply is the third message: help your kids feel comfortable in their own skin. What a gift you can give your children through your languaging. And like I suggested, through your example. I mean, your children will be a lot more like you. The fruit never falls far from the tree. And if you're insecure, and if your whole life is designed to look good in society, and if you're not really very authentic, well, you're going to get children who are really scared to bravely stand in their own original nature when they go out in the world themselves. What else? I think the next message, stand for excellence. You know, excellence and mastery and world class. I mean, those are beautiful values to give to a child, you know, like using good words, eating great food, reading great books, having interesting conversations, being in nature. I still remember JFK's father used to bring home interesting world leaders and icons, and they would sit around the table and the Kennedy kids would ask them questions. The Kennedy kids were not told, go to sleep now or go watch TV. They sat around the table and asked questions of these world leaders. And one of the things I've got right with my children often, you know, I've had an NBA superstar around our dinner table. I've had interesting artists around our dinner table. I've had business billionaires that I am the personal advisor to, or people who come to the Titan Summit, which I run every year, come to our home. And my loved ones are there, and my children are asking questions. And that forms their philosophy, and it imprints so many examples in their way of operating. And so I think it's so important that we instill the values of excellence and world class in our children through the messages that we offer them. And then the final thing I would say is, more than anything else, is encouraging our children to see the value of being loving, compassionate, forgiving, and kind. We live in a world right now where we don't really hear so much about kindness, where we sometimes dismiss the compassionate as weak, when deep in our hearts and deep within our characters, we fully understand that the bravest and most heroic amongst us are the most loving. I mean, it takes massive guts, incredible strength of character to forgive, to be a peacemaker, to build understanding where the average person judges someone. I mean, just imagine if you're in some kind of a conflict. Do you know how powerful it is? How strong you are? Rather than being angry at someone or bitter or resentful or closing, you actually open up and you actually try to understand them. And so encourage your children and give them the messaging, and more than anything else, live it through your example. To be kind, to be loving, to be polite to strangers on the street. If they can be helpful to anyone, to do it. Because if you have an opportunity to uplift even a single life, your week or your month or your decade has been worth it. And if you can do that for your kids so that they rise into their loving nature, they're not only going to live great lives where they influence other people, they're going to become great examples of leadership and humanity. But more than anything else, they're going to respect themselves. And that's what true success is all about. Thank you so much for being with me in this mastery session. I wish you and your families magical times, great success, great health, tremendous laughter, long meals where you're enjoying each other's company, and fascinating times. Thanks, and I'll talk to you in the next mastery session. Hi, this is Robin Sharma. I hope you received great value from this mastery session. If you'd like to receive potent training videos, blog posts, learning tools, and information on my 2 live events, Personal Mastery Academy and my flagship 4-day experience, the Titan Summit, go ahead and visit robinsharma.com.